first? Who's first? Ladies. Who's first? Ladies. Who's first? Lady. What time is it? It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Lady First Chit-Chat crew. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Lady First Chit-Chat crew. L-A-D-I-S, I-S, I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-S, I-S, I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. And we're up first. Bonjour, unboxed. Bonjour, unboxed. Bonjour, unboxed. And we're up first. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. And we're up first. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Lady First Chit-Chat crew. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Lady First Chit-Chat crew. One time for the ladies in the house. Two time make the people scream and shout. Lachelle, Chandra, Crystal with Nikki. On Boss, Edmay, and Nikki. L-A-D-I-S, I-S, I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-S, I-S, I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first.
I'm telling y'all, I'm always like, every time it goes one time for the ladies, I'm like, hey, hey.
But when you watch it all the way through, it's like I like them.
Honey,
I wanna know them ladies.
that's my song. I sing that song all week.
I do too. Good morning,
Oh.
everybody. Welcome to the Ladies
Good
First Chit-Chat
morning.
crew, where we honor the voice of the everyday woman. What's up, my ladies?
Good morning, gorgeous.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Y'all
morning.
see, it's three of us today, right?
Yes.
Don't worry,
Yes.
the fourth is coming. Nikki
Wonderful.
Unbossed is coming. She's taking care of some business, but she will be here.
Love
And
it.
our darling mother
Baby
of
sister.
two,
She is off maternity leave, honey.
she's off maternity leave. She is doing a pop-up today in Brooklyn.
Yes. Y'all
Shout
should go
out
find her
to-
here in New York.
Look, I wanted to bring this out. Shout out to our girl Chandra Prophet.
That is so her.
Thirds, happy Juneteenth weekend.
Yeah.
I saw her Instagram with her shirts ready to go for her pop-up. So shout out to you, Shani. So Shani is being the entrepreneur that she is.
Amen.
Go Shawnee. Go Shawnee.
Y'all gonna laugh at me real quick. Y'all know I always have my coffee, right?
Yes.
I usually
Is that
put
it whistling?
usually put it in my pods, but I had to use the pot. So talk to the people.
That's a real tea kettle.
Talk to the people. Talk to the people while I get my coffee. How are you, my
Well,
friend?
I have my coffee.
And I have my agua.
You don't drink coffee, right?
I have never had coffee. I think I've told you guys this before.
I
Never had coffee.
wow.
I don't like the smell. I'm a tea drinker. And even now I'm not drinking tea because it's just my body knows it's hot outside. And I like
okay.
hot. So I only do tea in the cooler months.
But you know, in the Caribbean, as you know, been so many times, but you know, in the heat, people drink tea. It does adjust your body temperature.
I know.
But
I just do my water. Try to get it in.
you making me feel real bad about not being as hydrated as I should be.
How was y'all's week, really quickly?
Let's move on. Go ahead, Shelly.
She's like,
We are the voice of the everyday woman. I see we have on gray today, shades of gray today.
Why are we wearing gray today?
Johnny picked it out because she looked up and she, with our special guest that's coming today that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, transformation and hypnotherapy. She saw the color that said shades of gray. Shades of gray. I think sometimes when we hear shades of gray, people think, oh, it's gray. No, shades of gray in a positive way. All the different shades and all of where we go, which I'm so excited to talk to y'all about my day yesterday.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Wait, but before you say that, so gray is transformation?
No, it's more about, she looked at about hypnotherapy.
Okay.
But it is, because you know how they say the gray area?
Do you have to be deep all the time?
Think about it though, right? The gray area is
that's so good.
Space where you learn about yourself.
That's
what a shoe. Can we just throw that right now?
Why wear the shoe and drop the mic? Come on, y'all.
It's in the first 7 minutes.
It's too early in the hour for this. It's too early in the hour.
Yes, girl. Say more, as you say.
I know.
This gray area.
This gray area that we're in. What's funny that it's a great transition of what we're talking about. We've been talking about last week adding more tools to our toolbox. And today we are in for a treat, for a new tool in our toolbox. Our show today is all about getting to the root, getting down to the root. And with the support of all of us, especially our life coach, Lachelle Wooten, we've been in a space where we have been getting to the root of what's been going on with us over the last couple of years. I can honestly say, I've shared with you guys how my life is transitioned by getting to the root. But one of the things that I feel like we really tackle in this show, awareness, the awareness that we are having about what's going on with ourselves daily, the awareness of knowing that we get an opportunity to put ourselves first, the awareness of knowing that we got stuff down in there that doesn't necessarily serve us. I can say that our special guest today, who I'm so excited about, do we bring them on now or do we wait?
Wait, I want to hear about your day.
Right.
You gonna drop a little prelude like that with that?
It was my day with Charles. I was with Charles yesterday.
Okay.
So you can say, okay, wait, let me stop you. You can save that for Charles. But I'd like you to speak a little bit about something that happened this week where hundreds of humans got to experience your magic. I need you to talk about that.
Oh, I almost put it up, but I was like, I'll just hold that in the back. Y'all, this week was a big week for me. I am now officially an ambassador for Lululemon, and
stop right there.
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
And everybody that knows me knows that I love Lululemon. I've been wearing Lululemon since 2002, before it got to New York City, thanks to my girl Melanie, who introduced it to me because she's from Canada. So I have been wearing Lululemon since then. Lululemon outfit everybody in my pilot that I just worked on about a month ago that we'll talk about later. But I did my first event as a Lululemon ambassador.
Do you have any of it to show?
Huh?
Do you have any of it to show?
I didn't download anything. I always upload y'all stuff. I didn't even upload anything for myself. Isn't that awful?
Yes. Can you just tell them where it was, what you did, and how many people were in attendance?
Okay. I taught a fantastic HIIT class at Hudson Yards. Lululemon and Hudson Yards partner together, and on Wednesdays they have a HIIT class, and I have the opportunity to teach this HIIT class with over 150 people. Maya showed up, Iman showed up, and it was absolutely exhilarating. It was absolutely amazing for me to teach a class of people that did not know me. can I do? Look, Maya said amazing hit class, and she killed it in the park. It was funny at first. I was like, should I be nervous? But my whole Daily Burn stuff had supported me and just making sure everything was great. But when we talk about being in our zone of genius, y'all, I was in my zone of genius.
Yes, you were.
I made a playlist. It had the people coming in, and this one girl said, well, if this playlist is any indicative of what this class is going to be, but I was, I always say when the lights come on, but it wasn't even about the lights. It was the people and just me being able to share my knowledge and what I love and what I do with all these people. And it was new people. And then all these people came up to me afterwards.
Sure,
and
they did.
People are like, JP Morgan Chase Bank, we need you to come see us and this and that. And then, of course, I get home and my Instagram, I never thought I would be that girl. My Instagram following was like through the roof.
Of course.
And I'm over here like, do I follow them back? I was like, what do I do? So it was a great opportunity. They're having me get back again next Wednesday. Okay, and I do want to shout this out to people. I am personally doing, coming back with my summer workout class only twice a week.
Oh, good.
Go to getfitwithnick.com and just I have a button on the front part of my website. Just tap onto it and put your name and your email, and I'll get back to you. Yes.
When does it start, and what 2 days is it?
My class starts in 2 weeks, the Tuesday, the 28th.
Okay.
And originally it was going to start next Tuesday, but I got asked to be the fitness expert for the Jimmy Awards. The Jimmy Awards are the Tony. It's like the Tony version of high school, for high school musical theater.
Oh.
Yeah. So they reached out to me. So I'm teaching them all week, getting them warmed up. So I switched it to.
Can I stop you for a second?
Go ahead and tell her. Go tell her.
Do you hear this life? Do you hear this life you live in, honey?
Say it.
Come on, manifestation. Come on, master manifester.
I have been that. But Brittany said, don't follow them. I did follow.
No, I did. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But yeah, I didn't. I stopped.
Yeah, good. I am loving this life for you. It is inspiring to watch you comfortably live in your zone of genius.
I really was in, it was magical, and just all the people, and they reached out to me and told me that the feedback was amazing. So I'm coming back on Wednesday. I'm going back on Wednesday, and I'll let you guys know. Follow me on Instagram at Get Fit with Nick.
Next week, can you download something so you can show?
I will download something. If you follow me, I had stuff on my stories, but I totally forgot to upload.
Save your stories? Did you save your stories?
I did save them. I saved them.
So they can. Yeah, you need to create a highlight reel so people can go and grab that energy. Because I will tell you, I watched the video clips you put up literally like 10, 15 times. The energy was through the roof.
The energy was fire, honey. The energy was fire.
Well, for the old school New Yorkers, can you just say where Hudson Yards is? Because back in the day, it didn't exist. That wasn't.
It's so true, Crystal.
Yes,
it's on the west side, on the Hudson River, Pier 46,
downtown.
It's closer to downtown.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure though, but it's Pier 46.
Yep.
So if you put in Pier 46, I'll make sure I get all the information for that.
It's just that was just the West Side Highway, and now it's like a world. It's a beautiful. Yeah. So
but yeah, it was great. So thank you for.
Thank you for showing up as who you are.
Yes. Thank you. It was, I have to say, it was something. Brittany called me after it. Wait a minute, what Miss Elizabeth say? Yes, ma'am. It made me take the GFWN on demand session this morning. Yes, Miss Elizabeth. I'm telling y'all, I am going to say this. Y'all know I don't really toot my horn like that. If you are looking for an energetic fitness class,
it's right here.
And it doesn't matter what level you're in, tap into Get Fit with Nick. Come find your fit with Nick.
Yes.
Come find your fit with Nick.
Come get it now. Because you about to, I don't know if you're gonna be as available to us pretty soon.
Honey, that's
well, you know what? After the day I had yesterday,
Yes, bring it to us. Give it to us.
So today we're talking about getting down to the root.
Mm-hmm.
And
you just went to church right there.
We talk about getting down to the root. And we talk about the awareness. That's one of the things we've been talking about during our show. And I believe a lot of us, our viewers and ourselves, have gotten really aware of what is going on. Mm-hmm. Now it's time for us to continue to add tools to our toolbox to support us. Our guest today, he's our friend. And not only is he an amazing life coach and rapid transformational hypnotherapist, he's also the owner and CEO of Divine Spark Coaching. Mm-hmm. And he's also the husband of our stylist and good friend, John Eric Parker. We want to bring to the stage Mr. Charles West. Charles is going to share with us a few new tools that will support in releasing anxiety, depression, and stress, transcending trauma and PTSD, alcoholism and addiction, building fulfilling relationships, cultivating a strong sense of self-love and confidence, and building our spiritual muscles. Y'all, let's bring to the stage Mr. Charles West.
Ladies. Hey, ladies, Crystal, Lachelle, and Nikki.
Hello, Charles.
Well, first of all, let me just say I love your introduction song.
Thank you.
That is so much fun. I'm like sitting here. I'm all down with it. I am down with it. And with it. And just so you know, I've got my coffee and my water.
Oh, there you go.
This is what you gotta do.
Bring it all
coffee
together.
And water. So just so you know, I always come prepared.
One more thing I do want to add. Y'all hear Charles's voice. Charles is an amazing vocalist, Broadway veteran.
Tell the people.
Let me tell you, he left this message on my voicemail for my birthday, and I was with my mom. He sang me the happy birthday down, honey. My mother said, "Oh my gosh, listen to that voice." And I showed her a picture of Charles. She said, "Oh, I thought he was black."
I was giving you my opera man voice. Because I am a classically trained singer, but I mean, over the decades, I love all big band jazz music. I've sung country, R&B, all different kinds, and then like more legit Broadway stuff, because that's what I've done, for over 20 years is, being a member of the Broadway community. But it was about 5.5 years ago, I started receiving the download from the divine saying, Charles, you got all these tools in your spiritual toolbox. It's time for you to start showing up and being of support to people out there in the world that are struggling.
Yes.
Or just want to function even better, right? Like even more brightly.
So Charles, tell us a little bit about Divine Spark Coaching. Tell us a little bit about exactly what you do in your coaching process.
Well, you experienced a turbocharged version of it. So I provide quite a few different services. I provide coaching, life coaching. I'm a certified life mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute, which is kind of like the Harvard of heart-centered coaching institutes in the world. I'm also a certified rapid transformational hypnotherapist from the Marissa Peer School in London. I added that to my toolbox 3.5 years ago. Just most recently, I'm also now a certified Ayurvedic teacher and primordial sound meditation teacher from Chopra Global. I just completed that last month. And I do energy healing sessions as well. And also now online, I'm doing online courses as well. But when somebody is interested in working with me, usually I get an email from a website or a referral, or it's somebody that I know like Nikki, and I send them my intake forms, fill them out, they send them back to me, and I assess them. I pray over them. And I just receive insight about what I believe would most greatly support them. And then we have our consultation, anywhere from a half hour to an hour, depending upon what's needed. And then I offer my assessment and what would most greatly support them. And
Charles,
so,
what are you doing after the show?
I'm not going anywhere. If you
Well, there you go.
We're about to be in for a treat today. One of the tools that Charles is going to share with us today is called HypnoGift. And I was first introduced to it on Memorial Day with Brittany's on. He shared this special gift with us. And yesterday I got an opportunity to explore it a little bit more. And basically, Charles really took me, you know, I'm aware of my stuff. I'm already aware of that. But he really took me back. You know, it's not like hypnotizing, like, oh, bark like a dog, that kind of thing. He really had me close my eyes and really go back, and I really visit my inner child, these kids within me. I went back and saw my 7-year-old self, my 11-year-old self, and my 24-year-old self. And when I got there, I realized there was a common theme. There were things that I was holding on to that was showing up in my life. A part of why I'm a people pleaser. Like, I got down to where it started in this hypnotherapist moment. As I was in this space, I got down to where it started. Of course, the tears were flowing, but I got down to where it started and where it continued to grow, and where I revisited again at 24, and how this whole thing has interjected into my life, and how the negative thoughts were coming and coming. And when I was finished, y'all, I felt so clear. Like, I felt like, I still feel like this today. My heart is so freaking open. I feel like God can pour anything in the top of my head and it will come through my heart, my fingers, and everything. And the biggest thing that I learned while I was there was that I'm sitting here waiting for abundance to come rain on me. And I told Charles that when I opened my eyes, I realized that abundance comes from within.
Oh.
I realized that abundance comes from within, and that the abundance is already there. Mm-hmm. And I also realized that I have been in a space of lack. Miss Positive Sally here, who been in, I know Brittany's watching, she's been real petty Sue lately. I realized that the abundance comes within, and that's where the fulfillment comes from. And I have everything that I need for the rain to come. That's what I feel like. And I feel like we really tapped into my values and my goals. And even this morning I woke up, if I continue to live in alignment, and y'all know how I feel about this integrity thing, that's something that I work on every day, and loving myself. I already love everybody else, but about loving myself, that abundance will continue to flow. And I am so ready. I am so ready. Just in this hypno space and what we did, I'm so ready for the rain, for God to rain down on me. And I realized that part of the reason when I'm sitting here in lack, like, I ain't got enough money, ain't got this, ain't got that, that's some bullshit right there. You know, sorry to say that in the words of God at the same time, but that's the narrative and the story that we talk about with Shelly all the time, that I keep telling myself. And being in that space of lack, I realized yesterday, it's only giving me disservice. I can't move because I don't have enough money. I can't do this because I don't have this, because I don't have that. And the more and more I say that, that's what I'm putting out in the universe. And I just really, I can say this, and then I'm gonna give it over. I opened my eyes and I realized that abundance lives within me. I have everything that I need. Yeah, my bank account may not have that amount of money that I want to move, but baby, it's already there. It's already there, and it's already done. And it's not just me saying it to be positive, Nikki. It's me. It's the first time I opened up my eyes, and I believe everything that's supposed to happen.
You feel it.
I feel it. And I'm going to bring Nikki in. That's what that hypno gift did for me yesterday. Okay, I'm done.
Well, let's go.
I was enjoying that. Wow.
Right? Hi, Nick.
Unpack. Hey, ladies. Hey there. Hi, Charles. Very nice to meet you. Oh my God. I can't wait to get deep.
Me either. Let's go.
Well, so Nikki, you were just talking about, having the levels of awareness, and you can know a thing, but what we did yesterday was actually a combination of, it was actually a Divine Spark hypno coaching package. And so we were actually literally together for 3.5 hours yesterday. Actually, maybe even a little bit more. And so we did about 1 hour and 15 minutes of coaching exercises. I had a full packet of different types of exercises that I had prepared for her. And this is what I do with my clients when it's a one-on-one individual client. Because of the work that I've done with them during the consultation, I then reach into my toolbox and I customize for them based on what we have talked about during the consultation. So with Nikki, what I was aware of is that one thing she wanted to fine tune was the aim of her energy, the aim of her thoughts. Because she, as everybody that knows, Nikki is so full of love, receives inspiration. She is a shower-upper, right? She is a shower-upper in life. And sometimes, especially, and y'all know this, in the time of the pandemic, we have all experienced layers and layers and layers of stuck energy. And that energy gets us in our minds, it gets us in our hearts. We feel like we don't know how, we can't get into what I call into divine flow. And so yesterday, I took Nikki through several different coaching exercises where she was being competitive with herself and she was trying to be the best one ever. And that was in the midst of the exercise, that was blocking her.
He had me do this exercise, right? To circle numbers and find them. And there's a pattern. And I was so tense and I gotta get all 50 numbers. Like,
But you didn't recognize that there was a pattern.
Yeah.
Because you were being so hard on yourself.
I was being so hard on myself that I didn't recognize it was a pattern. So then when he saw it and I recognized it, we did it again. I surpassed what I did the first time. And I did it be
fun.
I made it fun. And Shelly, I did it with ease and joy. And then I saw the pattern. I didn't see the damn pattern at first.
Right. And so then we continued with some more coaching exercises. And then it was time we changed the channel. And then it was time to do some full on RTT. So what we're going to experience together today is a Divine Spark Coaching Hypno Gift. And this is something that I just created off the cuff 3.5 years ago. Because I trained with Marissa Peer, who's the grande dame of hypnotherapy in London in February of 2019. In March of 2019, I was in Los Angeles at a coaching conference, at a training with the Brave Thinking Institute. And a few of my colleagues knew that I was just in LA and that I came back and I now was also a hypnotist, Rapid Transformational Hypnotherapist. And so a couple of them were like, what does it feel like to be hypnotized? Like, what do you do with your clients? What do you do with people? And so with one of them, my dear, dear friend, Sylvia, who lives on Mallorca, I said, well, do you want to find out? She was like, yes. So we were on an 1.5-hour lunch break. And so we found this small little ballroom in the Marriott. We were at the Marriott near LAX, where no one was going to go in there. And so I just made up. So a normal RTT session is 1 hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours long. And it is, as Nikki experienced yesterday, it is deep. It is emotional. That very often the tears are pouring as you are releasing things and energy that has been stuck inside of your mind, body, soul, and spirit your whole life. The Hypno Gift is the exact opposite. It's maybe a 12 to 15 minute thing where you're not going back to memories of trauma or pain or anything. It's actually a blessing. And so on Memorial Day, when I got to share it with Brittany and Nikki, it was so funny. We were at a barbecue and we re-entered the space where all the other people were at the barbecue. And they were like, people were noticing. They said to Nikki and Brittany, they're like, did y'all just do some mushrooms or something? what just happened? What just, because they were like literally floating on back to the tables to sit at the barbecue, around the barbecue. And so the hypno gift is something that truly, oh, and Eileen is here. Yes, Eileen has actually been here to my home in Brooklyn, and she's experienced RTT in person here, and also she's done an RTT session virtually as well. I love Eileen. She is an angel for sure. So Nikki, you were talking about what happened, what you experienced yesterday. And I just want to shine the light on you that because of how willing you are open to receive, and you were in a space of trust, you knew that you were in a safe space, you were able to let it all out.
Yeah.
Right? RTT is not for everyone. It's just not. You got to really be in a safe space. And that's one thing I'm very blessed in, that I know that because of the life experiences that I have transcended as a 9/11 survivor, as a cancer thriver, and all carrying all the church hurt and in my backpack for 40 years that almost killed me, you know, I have survived to thrive as the man that I am now. So you are, Nikki, I just, you know, after we finished up yesterday, I received the blessing too. But you know that, right?
Thank you. And it's so funny. You get so, I was so connected to God, and I had somewhere to go, and I missed my original train. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with the train with New Jersey Transit really quickly, and everything was canceled. And I was supposed, I remember if I hadn't have done that, I would have been going like, oh, I missed my train. But I was just like, oh, I was supposed to miss that train.
Yes.
You know, Brittany called me. We chit-chatted for a little bit. I was just like, and guess what? I popped up and I got where I was supposed to get to right in time. But I wasn't in a space of, I got it, like the girl that was in the competition, you know, and I got to just really, I felt like I was enough. And I did not realize that I did not feel like I wasn't enough. Does that make sense?
100%.
I felt like it was the first time that I feel like I'm enough. And I realized why I do the things I do and repeat the same damn patterns over and over again that doesn't service me. But I didn't realize that I didn't think I was enough.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful.
Well, Nikki, you know, I shared with you yesterday that when I was in London in February of 19, going through the training process with Marissa Peer and her team, I was selected out of the class of 54 students from all around the world to receive a session with Marissa in front of everyone on the 4th day of training as a demonstration. So when we arrived to the 4th day of training, her head trainer, Tina Gray, had said, okay, now this afternoon, one of you is going to receive a session with Marissa. If you would like to be considered, here's the intake forms, fill them out, turn them in. And so I filled out all the stuff about, you know, 9/11. I witnessed the second trade tower collapse through my bedroom window because I lived down in the West Village at the time, and it happened around me. And I shared other stuff in it as well. And well, Marissa had never worked with a 9/11 survivor. And I was up in front of the class with her doing this 2-hour RTT session. And I had the awareness while I was under hypnosis, she was connecting things to memories from my past. Being a 14-year-old gay kid growing up in the Chicago area. And at that time, John Wayne Gacy was just discovered having killed 33 young men and buried many of them in his crawl space. And I never really understood how much that traumatized me, and how, because it got stuck and I never was able to give voice to that. How being the little 5-year-old boy sitting in the pew at church and the preacher shoving down to my consciousness saying, you know, God is an angry, vengeful, punishing God. And it scared me terribly. And I remember the lesson, you know, the sermon about the 7 deadly plagues. And I'm like, I went to the Sunday school teacher later that day and I was like, ma'am, why would God do something so scary? And she went, pss, pss, pss. No, Charlie, you're a good little Christian soldier boy, right? And I'm like, I'm trying to be, ma'am. She said, well, then we don't ask questions. We just, and I'm like, that told me at 5, I'm not allowed to speak my truth. I'm not allowed to let anybody know how scared I am. And I carried that with me until when 9/11 happened. Did I have a voice to sing with? Absolutely. I mean, yeah, but I didn't have a voice to speak with. And that was incredibly painful. And so all I could do was just act out with alcohol and drugs. That's what I did. And so thank God I'm now, sober for over 17 and a half years. And, I have learned how to reconcile all of the things that used to traumatize me, including, God and I, God is not some angry white man up in a cloud, anything like that. If I want to look at God, I'm looking at 4 incredible divine goddess versions of God right now. And I want to encourage every one of you and anybody who's watching this right now, there's this little coaching exercise that I do. And I call it meeting God in the mirror. Lachelle, I bet you probably do this already. Is like, I just make a point of when I'm standing at my bathroom sink, or even just like passing by a mirror wherever. I don't look at my hair. I'm not, shifting my contact lens or anything like that. I really pause and I look into my own eye. And when I started doing this 12 years ago, it scared me tremendously, because I still witnessed a scared little boy inside there. And so what it was able to do, I witnessed the God presence within myself for the first time. And the meditation practice that I'd begun 16 years ago continued to grow and evolve and expand, so much so that like 7 years ago, I received this download during a meditation saying, I humbly own my magnificence as a lightning rod of divine energy. And I'm like, humbly own my magnificence? What? Is that even allowable? Can you be humble and magnificent at the same time? Is it possible to be humble and sexy? Humble and know your charisma and talent. And, is it possible to be humble and extraordinarily driven? Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Yeah.
You got to have something to be humble about.
Amen.
It sounds like Nikki, when I was listening to you, especially the last, I forget the exact words you used, but it sounds like you found comfort in just yourself. And it sounds like the work that you do, Charles, helps people understand themselves in a way that they are able to do what Nikki felt, right? Like she found comfort in just being who she is and good with herself. I'm also curious because it's so easy to like marry on your way and you have this in your mind, right, for the next couple of days. Like, is this something that people come to you on a regular to keep doing for themselves, to remind themselves, to keep them in a good place? Or are the sessions so powerful that they get the clarity that they need? I'm just curious because it sounds like it would be helpful for a lot of people, right? Trying to connect the dots.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful question, Nikki. Thank you for that one. Well, yesterday, at the end of the RTT session, so this is a part of the actual RTT session. And so when we were sitting here at my desk, I have my studio, I have my computer, I have my phone, I have music, for a background, and I have my iPad Pro. So the last 15 to 20 minutes of the session, I create a customized RTT recording of, it's a transformational, it's almost sort of like a meditation, but it also includes the hypnosis induction process that you're all going to experience today. But so for her, it was about a 16-minute recording. And then I bring her back to a full state of awareness. I label it, email it to her. So then for each person that I do a session with, whether it's in person or virtually, their commitment is to use that recording every day for at least the next 30 days. Now, the recording that I got when I had my session with Marissa Peer 3.5 years ago, I still use it. I don't use it every day, but I still use it. And now it's a tool that Nikki will have for the rest of her life, and just like let it wash over her, and to, you know, to continue to reinforce the neurocircuitry in her subconscious mind that allowed the stuff, the agita and the stuff that she was able to express so powerfully and clearly for probably the first time in her life, so that then we continue to lay down the new neural pathways, which we laid down yesterday. And now every time she listens to it, it gets reinforced. So my hypno coaching package, I do a 3, 6, 9, or 12-month version of that. And then we have an ability to do multiple RTT sessions throughout that time.
What Charles, we're ready. We want you to,
absolutely.
I'm going to be, because I've done it, I'm going to be making sure, I got the production part, but our viewers, y'all, get ready, because we are about to experience the hypno gift. So get comfortable, even if you're in your car.
Before we actually do it, do any of y'all have any questions before we do it? No? Okay. And so if anybody is listening or watching this, please just make sure you're not driving or riding a bike or anything. So what this is, and now Nikki has experienced this, and so she and I will demonstrate this eye movement. And actually, you know what? I'm going to speak it, and Nikki, so if you will demonstrate it for everyone, then y'all can watch and see what it is. So we're not going to do the actual hypno gift yet, but I just want to demonstrate. So what you're going to hear me say is, okay, now sitting nice and comfortably with your hands and feet not crossed, your chin nice and level. Nikki, now I want you to gently raise your eyeballs up as high as you can, as if you're looking into your own eyebrows. Now take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out. Yes, and see, every time her eyelids flutter like that, that is hypnosis coming upon her already. Good. Now take another deep breath in. Fill your lungs up with air. Fill your heart up with love. And breathe out. And now one more time. Taking a deep breath in, this time holding the breath up at the top, and while keeping the eyeballs up, slowly lowering the eyelids over the eyeballs all the way down, exhaling all the way out, and then relaxing the eyeballs behind the eyelids. Good. That's the eye movement. Nikki, so yes, you can just bring yourself back. Okay. Are we all good to go? Okay. All right. So ladies, everybody watching and listening, just make yourself comfortable here with your hands and feet not crossed, not touching, and keeping your chin nice and level. Now, I want you to raise your eyeballs up as high as you can, as if you're looking into your own eyebrows, and take a deep breath in through your nose. And breathe out. Good. Now take another deep breath in. Your eyeballs are up. Yes. And every time your eyelids flutter like that, Lachelle, that is hypnosis coming upon you. Breathe out. Lachelle, drop your chin just a little bit. Good. Now one more time, take a deep breath in, and you're going to hold the breath up at the top this time. And while keeping your eyeballs up, you're going to slowly lower your eyelids down over your eyeballs. Very slowly. Perfect, Nikki. Perfect, Lachelle. Yes, Crystal. Exhaling all the way out. Perfect. Now, Relax your eyeballs. Relax your forehead. Relax your cheeks, your jaw. I want you to notice if your tongue is relaxed inside of your mouth. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Now, take another deep breath in. Fill your lungs up with air. Fill your heart up with love. Yes. Now, on the exhale, send that love all the way down to the tips of your fingers and all the way down to the tips of your toes. And just invite in a soothing, calming, relaxing feeling into your mind and into every cell of your body. The muscles and the nerves in and around your eyes are starting to feel heavy and droopy and drowsy, as if they've been glued shut, sealed shut, and locked together. So you can just forget all about your eyes right now and just really invite in this warm, confident, loving feeling. Now, picture in your mind a flight of 10 steps descending down in front of you. And as I count backwards from 10 to 1, you're going to hear your feet, see your feet, and feel your feet, making contact with each step as you drift deeper and deeper and deeper into hypnosis. So right now you are moving on to step 10. As each muscle and every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You are taking step 9, and you can hear your feet making contact with every step as you drift deeper, traveling deeper and deeper into hypnosis. You are taking step 8. And now step 7. And you can feel your feet treading every step as you travel and float deeper and deeper and deeper still. You are now moving on to step 6. And every sound you hear, every snap of my finger, any other noise or movement around you is just simply carrying you further and further into the most calm and pleasant, wonderful, loving feeling. Now, take another deep breath in. You are now moving on to step 5. You're halfway down, so just drift deeper, travel deeper, and float deeper and deeper still. Perfect. Now you're moving on over to an even deeper level as you take step 4 and step 3. Moving even deeper into an awareness of the original coding and blueprint as God created you, and you go deeper. You're moving from step 3 now to step 2, going deeper into an awareness of yourself. And now you are moving all the way down to step 1. So just drift deeper, travel deeper, float deeper, and deeper still. Yes. Now, in this beautiful, relaxed space where you are, I want to invite you to summon, to call forth from your subconscious mind a beautiful, poignant scene, a memory, a moment in time, from any time from your past, where you experienced joy, love, connection, appreciation. On the count of 5, just let yourself drift back, float back to that scene, place, and event in time that is all to do with this feeling of joy and happiness and connection. On the count of 4, you're becoming younger. On the count of 3 and 2, you're becoming smaller, lighter, and shorter, drifting back, right back to the scene, place, event, and time that is all to do with this feeling of feeling unstoppable, of having so much fun, joy, and camaraderie. And now, on the count of 1, it's like you're watching it on the computer screen of your mind. And right now, I'm going to snap my finger, And each one of you right now can see clear as day that scene happening right there in front of you. It's almost like you're reliving it. It's a part of you. And I invite each one of you that when you are aware, when you can see and feel the joy of this beautiful scene, this poignant memory, to place your left hand upon your beautiful heart. Yes. Yes. Now take a deep breath in. And now I invite you to really bless this moment. Wherever you are in this particular memory, however old you are in this particular scene, know that this is the truth of who you are. This is the truth of who you are. And this is always possible for you in your life now. Feel in your heart, see in your eyes, experience in your ears and in your eyes the words, the joy, the things that are taking place in the memories that where you are right now. And now bring them with you. Keep them in your heart always and bless them. So I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in. With each breath, tune into the joy. Tune into that light. Tune into that connection that you experienced at this time, knowing that it is always, always possible. No, but we're not done yet. So we're going to let that scene go for just a moment, and we're going to invite in another scene, another beautiful, poignant memory. So right now, ladies, on the count of 5, just let yourself drift back, float back to a different, yet another vivid, vital, and crucial memory, a significant scene. You can lower your hand if you like, to a poignant moment in time that is all to do with this feeling of accomplishment, of knowing that you are able, that you are overflowing with kindness and abundance, and that this is fun, whatever it is you're doing. So right now, on the count of 5, you're drifting back to that scene, place, and event and time that is all to do with play, with fun, with accomplishment and achievement. On the count of 4, you're becoming younger. On the count of 3 and 2, you're becoming smaller, lighter, and shorter, drifting back, right back to that scene, place, and event and time. And now, on the count of 1, I'm going to snap my finger, and this second scene is right there. You can see it. And when you can feel it in your heart again, place your hand on your beautiful heart. You've got this second scene there where once again, you are connected to joy. You are connected to love. It is so beautiful. And you thank God. You thank yourself. You thank your ancestors for facilitating this moment, this blessed moment, this fun moment, this joyous moment, whatever it is for you. Now take 3 deep breaths in. With each one, you are blessing this experience. And you are calling it forth into your experience today. You are creating a blueprint right now that is traveling up through all 7 of your chakras, from your root all the way up from your gut to your heart, your throat, all the way up to your crown. You can feel your crown resonating, vibrating, radiantly, full of joy, full of gratitude. Another breath in, feeling this light, feeling this joy radiating throughout every cell of your body. You just thank God. You thank your parents. You thank your soul. Yes. Knowing that this is always possible, that this is always available to you. Because the truth is, this is who I am. So I invite each one of you right now out loud just to say, take a breath in, and then on the exhale, say, this is who I am. And again, deep breath in. This is who I am. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, this is always available to me. This is always available to me. Yes, just let that float. Let that resonate beautifully, deeply in your mind, body, soul, and spirit right now and in your heart. Now, knowing that this connection, that this abundance, that this lightness is always available to you. On the count of 5 right now, you can feel a lightness. You can feel a tingling in your fingers and in your toes. On the count of 4, wherever you are, you can feel maybe the small of your back or the back of your thighs where you're sitting. On the count of 3, take another deep breath in and fill your lungs up with air, fill your heart up with love. On the count of 2, very gently, roll your shoulders back and forth. Rock your head from side to side, very, very gently. Feel the relaxation. Yes, nice and slowly. And now feeling completely at peace, feeling joyful, knowing that you are standing on the brink of a whole new horizon, feeling effervescent, feeling unstoppable, knowing that you are divine. Whenever you are ready, you can slowly open up your eyes and come back to a full state of awareness. Yes, just notice what you are experiencing now in this moment. Nothing to prove, no void to fill. Notice now, Crystal, Lachelle, Nikki, anyone who may be watching, if the camera lens of life that perhaps you were looking at life through earlier today, maybe was a little hazy or maybe even had a few cracks in it. Notice as you go through the rest of your day, maybe sometimes you might actually, it looks like your lens is wider, it's cleaner, it's clearer. There are no cracks in your lens, right? Because we're all perceiving life based upon the awareness of our own perceptions that come from our upbringing. And so I know I was living all of my life until I was 40 with a cracked, hazy lens that was really, really, really tiny. And now it's just wide open. And so just notice, I invite each one of you to notice as you go through the rest of your day. Tune into that lightness in your step. Make eye contact, with God in the mirror. Do these things, and you are going to notice a difference. I'd love to hear what this experience was like for each one of you.
Charles, that was amazing. Anybody want to go? Y'all have heard from me. Christine, want to say anything?
I can't talk right now.
Okay. Any of our viewers want to say anything?
Yeah. We don't have, sometimes it's just so precious. Yes, fill your lungs up with air and fill your heart up with love.
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Eileen.
That was great. It was so interesting to see what 2 memories came, which was awesome. And in that experience, I realized that the first memory was really represented how I feel. And the second memory represented how I want others to feel in my presence.
Wow.
Yeah. It was.
Wow.
And also, as I was going down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got to step 4 or 5, the rest of my steps were submerged in water. So it was like I was going into a pool, which I'm realizing it was my way of feeling lighter and floating. So the further I went into the water, the lighter I felt. So by the time we were at step 1, I was completely underwater and just floating.
I love it. Great. I've heard from people that they go down the steps and they're in a garden. They go down the steps and they're at a beach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll start with the steps. I didn't understand it. I was trying to when I looked down at my feet on step 10, excuse me, my feet were huge and heavy. And then by the time I got down to like, I don't know, past 4, everything was like smaller, lighter. Like it was.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 memories that came up for me, the first one, I was trying to be in the moment that we were in, but I was also trying to figure out why that came up to me, and that was a place where I felt safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's Crystal, that's so beautiful, because your subconscious mind, I mean, you all are just so powerful and so beautifully creative with your imagination and your subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind has, I created this metaphor. It's like we live our whole lives not knowing that we have this invisible puppet master pulling the strings in our lives. And every single one of these invisible puppet strings that gets attached to our soul, to our mind, to our heart, are connected to all of that stuff, all of the limiting beliefs and the feelings of not being safe, or you're not allowed to speak your pain. You're just hold it in. That was me, hold it in my whole life. And so what RTT can do, and this hypno gift gets to demonstrate, even just in this little 15-minute period of time, is we get to lovingly, we're not ripping them out, right? That's the part that's so precious to me. We're not ripping them out. We are lovingly removing them. We're just lightly snipping them, because it didn't feel for you. I would imagine, I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions, but it didn't feel like you were like, being, it wasn't being ripped from you, these invisible strings. But you probably all have experienced this, like, why am I saying the things that I'm saying? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? We're being pulled by the invisible puppet master up there. And so when we snip those strings, so we've been living our whole lives not knowing that we've been manipulated by these invisible puppet strings. When we snip them, sometimes what can happen, not always, sometimes what can happen is we may feel a little out of balance, because we've been accustomed to dancing with those puppet strings and making it look cute, right? I knew how to do that. Then we snip the puppet strings and you're like, wait a minute, who am I without these codependent behaviors? Who am I without this people-pleasing aspect of myself? Who am I without always reaching for a drink? Really, who am I? And so being able to have the hypnotherapy along with the coaching on the conscious level, because you can't just live your life walking around in hypnosis. You can have the RTT recording to support you with that. And you are laying down new neural circuitry to support you in that, but to support you on the conscious level, just like what Nikki does with training, getting fit. We need that. We have to have support on the conscious level while we are doing this realignment on the subconscious side.
For me, when I was going down the stairs, it was almost I got lighter and lighter and lighter. And it was almost like And then with the memories, they were really good moments. So for me, it was almost like a creative space, allowed me to sit back and see. And so in the end, I felt full. Like,
Yeah.
This on a daily, it seems like I'm always trying to get there. And so in this experience, it almost was like it made me sit back and see just how full I am.
Mm.
That sounds like what you said, Nikki, about recognizing you, like how worthy you are.
Seeing,
Yeah.
seeing what I have, and yeah, like sometimes you don't see what's right in front of you, or you're not recognizing it as that's the definition of what you really want, even though you're still going after stuff. So I felt very full.
I love that. Miss Elizabeth said, I got to a place in my crib as a baby with a toy that I love to play with. I love the color and the sounds it made that made me feel joy. Wow.
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 Wow. That's a blessing. That is a blessing.
That's a gift.
That is a gift and a blessing. I mean, and so now that you all have experienced one hypno gift, Nikki, you've had more. But now that you've experienced this in this moment, you're different.
Mm-hmm.
Allow yourself, bless yourself, notice within yourself that increased lightness of being, that it doesn't have to be so hard,
Yeah.
But it's like that, as you know, during these past couple of years of the pandemic, with layer after layer after layer after layer of stuck energy, and in Ayurveda, what that stuck and toxic energy is called is ama, AMA. That's the Sanskrit word for that toxic energy. They get stuck literally in our bones, in our tissues, in our mind, and that's where we lose our connection to. We don't have clear intentions.
Mm-hmm.
We have desire and we have drive, but we don't know why we're doing what we're doing.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
That's one thing I want to say, and I'll be interested to hear what happened with Brittany when we did the hypno gift. The first time you did the hypno gift with this Charles, I went back to the same place. So that made me feel comfort.
Mm-hmm.
I went back because I was, yesterday's was different where our exercise yesterday where I went was somewhere different. But when we did the first original hypno gift, he said, go back. And I remember 2 and 1. I went back to the same place. And I found that very interesting. The same place that brought me joy when we did it when Brittany and I did it with you the first time. I went back to that place and I was wondering if I was going to go somewhere else. I was trying to make myself go somewhere else. I was like, stop competitive fighting.
You can't do that.
and that's where I landed. And it was just, and I was like, this is my space. And then I thought about yesterday and I was like, I get it. So I would be interested to hear from her later if she went to the same place too.
It's reinforcing. It allows within your own precious experience to reinforce that memory for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was wonderful.
It was absolutely amazing. Charles, we're gonna have you back because I thought of some other stuff.
Can I ask you? Let me ask you all a question. So I created the hypno gift as and I've done it. I would say I've done them like this for an individual person, and then for you and Brittany, Nikki, and then for the 4 of y'all and the other people that are watching. But my thought and my goal is to actually turn this into an actual service that people can purchase as like a package of 3 or a package of 6 or a package of 10.
For sure.
You know, somebody hops on to a 20-minute Zoom call with me. You don't need an intake form or anything.
Take you there.
Like that. But like if you want to celebrate someone's graduation, or someone is having a hard time in any way at all, they're stressed, they're anxious, and you know, is that something that you think would be a viable?
Yes, please.
I was already.
Are you kidding? I thought that you were already doing that.
Well, I honestly, just this past week, I added a HypnoGift testimonial page to my website from other people that have received HypnoGifts.
This should be a service.
Absolutely.
And I think that so would you think like a package of what, 3, 5, or 10? And then, because then you can like give them out to
yes, and yes.
Use them yourself.
3 and 5 and 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Eileen, yes.
Crazy, because I thought I was sitting here thinking, who could I gift this to? I mean, well, not who.
Same.
How could I gift this to? Because I had people in mind that would benefit.
Well, if any of y'all, or if anybody watching this already knows I want a 5-pack, just email me email me or go to my website.
I can put the email in there too, Charles.
Yeah, email me, Divine Spark Coaching LLC @gmail.com. And we'll work that out.
I think that's a great gift.
I mean, and it's just, you carry it with you.
Yes.
I mean, you all, I mean, honestly, y'all are just, I mean, you already are radiant, but you're.
We feel it and see it even more.
Yeah.
Charles, we super appreciate you being with us today. Look at Crystal. Crystal's like,
this has been beautiful.
I am, the timing of this for me is just impeccable. So
wonderful.
Yes.
Well,
perfect. At the bottom.
I got you.
Oh my goodness.
So everyone, you can email Charles at Divine Spark Coaching LLC @gmail.com. And you can also find him on Instagram at Charles West, Divine Spark Coaching, and also go to his website at www.divinesparkcoaching.com. I'm going to put this up.
DivineSparkCoaching.net.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. Wait a minute.
It's all right. It's all good, honey. It's all good.
I hope that our audience has had the opportunity to do this with us today.
Yes.
And I really, please feel free to send us direct messages on Instagram or on Facebook and tell us what you got out of this, or how it felt, what the experience was like for you. And if it impacted you, because it impacted me, treat yourself to more of this. This kind of feeling is definitely something you want to carry with you always and every day. And sometimes, based on what's going on, we need to be reminded.
Michelle, you're so eloquent. I just so appreciate your eloquence and your poise and expressing that, because we're all here because we know that God has given us each unique gifts and talents and vision to show up in life. But we've all just been carrying this burden these past couple of years, so that the childhood stuff and all the other, and sometimes it's even past life stuff, can't even get addressed because of all the stuff that we've been dealing with in these past 2 years. Right? I mean, so I'm so grateful to be able to be of service like this.
Charles, you are amazing. We love you. Thank you so much, my friend. Please stay on. Stay on. We're going to close out the show. Yeah. And so stay on I'm going to put you back in the green room, but stay on so at the end of the show we can chit chat with you. Okay. All right. Everyone say goodbye to Charles West. Well, say see you later, Charles West.
Can you feel my hugs?
I'm a hugger.
Me too. Oh my
Build those spiritual muscles, y'all. Spiritual.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, build those. Put the reps into the spiritual gym. You put those reps in, and you build those spiritual muscles. Put in
yes,
the rest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's amazing.
We
Thank
love
you,
you, Charles.
Charles.
Thank you so much. Oh, did I
No
tell
worries.
you?
No, he just
I
said
was
you're
saying
welcome.
you're amazing.
Y'all, wasn't that amazing?
I can't talk. I can't talk.
It was
Well,
good.
That was
thank
great.
you. Thank you, everybody, for staying on with us. We'll have Charles back.
Yeah.
And like Lachelle said, we invite you. Leave us messages on our Instagram. I think I'm gonna send out a little special email to the group like I do every week to our viewers, and give you guys a chance to hear your responses
Yeah.
on how you feel today. I love y'all. I mean, I do think the hypno gift needs to be something, and my experience yesterday was amazing. And I do have to say that I felt really strong having the awareness based off of what we do, based off of also being guided by Shelly over these last years of just being aware and being sick and tired of being stuck. And the experience I had yesterday, just as like I said earlier,
I love it.
is
Elevated.
ready.
She ready.
She ready. All right, y'all. We love
Enjoy
y'all.
your day.
See you
Have a
next
great day.
day. Have an amazing day. Bye, girls. I love you.
Who's first? Ladies. Who's first? Ladies. Who's first? Ladies. What time is it? It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. L-A-D-I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. Speak what you want. Be great. And we're up first. Bonjour, unboxed. Bonjour, unboxed. Bonjour, unboxed. And we're up first. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. Yes, ladies. That's dope. And we're up first. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. It's time for the ladies. 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 It's the Ladies First Chit-Chat crew. One time for the ladies in the house. Two time make the people scream and shout. Lachelle, Chandra, Crystal with Nikki. On Boss, Ed, May, and Nikki. L-A-D-I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first. L-A-D-I-S, L-A-D-I-S, and we're up first.
Bye, y'all.